everybody, and welcome to the channel, Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Sandra, and today we're going to do a Tarot Pick-a-Pile card reading for the astrological sign of Cancer for the year 2021. This is going to be the general energies that you might be focusing on or other specific things that you might be dealing with throughout the year. This will apply to your sun, moon, and or rising signs. So you're also welcome to watch the videos that correspond to those particular things, like if your sun sign's in Cancer, but your moon is in Gemini, let's say, then you're welcome to watch the Gemini video as well. Also, if your ascendant is in a different sign, might be a good idea to watch that video too. Okay, so that's what we have there. Now, because not all Cancers are the same, we have 3 different piles to choose from. So you can go to whichever pile you feel most compelled to watch and would have more specific messages for you. The first pile here has a red stone with it. The second pile has a yellow stone. And the third pile has a blue stone. So whichever one that your gut instinct is drawing you into the most, that's the pile that you should watch. There are going to be timestamps listed in the description so that you can go to your pile when you are ready to do so. We are going to give you a moment or so to reflect on these piles so that you can pick whichever one is best to go with. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, you are welcome to watch both of them that you're drawn to, or even all 3 if that's the case, because it is possible for some of you that there might be some messages in more than one stack. Okay, so we're going to give you a moment or so to reflect on the piles, and then we'll see you at your reading. Hello, Cancer Pile 1, those of you that chose the red stone. We're going to look at your basic energies and other things that you might be dealing with throughout the year. The first thing we have here is a Black Moon Astrology card. And I'm going to be reading from the booklet on this because there's quite a bit of detailed information and there might be some messages that I wouldn't want you guys to miss out on. So we're going to be reading that. But then we also have the tarot cards as clarifiers and extra messages. We're also going to be looking at our charms here later, and then we also have our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you would like an answer to, and we'll get to that later in the reading. All right, let's see what we have here. We have number 48, Yod, Destiny. Wow, that showed up in another reading we've done. Okay, number 48. Let's see what the booklet has to say here about that. A person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it. Jean de La Fontaine. The ancients believed that the Yod was an area of fate in the chart and not a particularly favorable one. Also called the Eye of God or the Finger of God, the Yod is a peculiar astrological configuration in a chart. It is a triangle formed by 2 planets 60 degrees apart, while both are 150 degrees from a third planet. This creates a thin, pie-shaped aspect. Sounds like it doesn't happen very often. The Yod configuration is linked to the Hebrew alphabet Yod or Yud. It is the 10th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which has mystical implications signifying the omnipresence of God and often denoting humility, because the energy is locked in that triangular configuration, causing matters to be fated and often difficult, but not without their rewards. Yod configuration is influential and implies that there is a disruptive force at work. In a sense, this astrological placement of planets is somewhat in exile from the other planetary energies because they are not harmonious with each other and therefore cause tension. This can bring about feelings of intense stress and restriction. There can also be a sense of being different, feeling alone, and of being out of step with others at times. A Yod in a natal chart can even indicate being the black sheep of the family. When the Yod card presents itself in a reading, it means that the situation may be chaotic or it may soon turn that way. It will be hard to see any clear path because of this chaos, but it will be important to weather through it all. This is not always bad because it is a process of finding what works and what isn't functioning. And now will be the time to be scaling things down and weeding out what is unnecessary. But more than that, this card is about finding your own truth, even though that truth may not be reflected through others. You may wish for more support when this card comes up, and will have to manage this all on your own. Another development may turn up, and that is you will prefer to work it out on your own without any interference from others. This card can denote a time to voyage inward and come to your own truth. There really isn't anyone who will have the tools to figure out this more than you at this time, so now may not be the best time to take advice from others. Your inner knowing has it already. You just have to take the time to process the information to come to your own answers. At times when the Yod card turns up, there will be health issues that need to be dealt with and solved before moving forward. It can indicate and be indicative of autoimmune disease, celiac disease, fibromyalgia, thyroiditis, everyday allergies, and other ailments. Although these diseases would not be life-threatening, they could still be a crucible of sorts, with a need for drastic changes to be made for relief or symptoms to subside. More positively, this card means that circumstances are good for achieving your goal, but be prepared for sacrifices on your part, and not just one, but several. It will not be an easy path, but it is a time to expand your focus. You have a desire for greater awareness, which will come through dedication, but patience and adaptability are necessary in making this situation work to fulfill your greater purpose, the one you were born for. The Yod card in brief: needing to make adjustments, being inventive, being unique, having a special purpose, trusting all will work out as it is meant to, the eventual success of destiny and fate, even among chaos, self-examination and discovery after a period of confusion, missed opportunities, increased awareness, humility, being shown factors you are currently blind to, making up your mind, making a choice, learning from adjustment, and flowing with the change, a conduit of energy, profound blocks, stop and start motions. It is best not to force the issue at this time as there is fate involved. Allow matters to unfold before acting, bringing everything together, answering the call as the ordinary life is released into the spiritual. The corresponding tarot card is the Ace of Swords reversed. And the key ideas are destiny, doing things on your own, standing strong, and making a difference. Okay, as I said earlier, this card actually showed up in another reading I've done so far. So, it's very possible that several people are on, a destined, fated road this year with maybe some other things. Okay, first of all, we have number 6, contract. And it's interesting how basically this is a justice here and how she's blind, because the card did talk about being blinded to ways to go or blinded to facts, and justice is blind, and she has the scales here and it can tip one way or another. So it's interesting how you may not know which path or which direction to go in. That kind of corresponds to this card pretty well. It kind of helps make that a little bit more valid. All right, we have the Page of Pentacles. Let's see what other messages we can get here. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the 5 of Pentacles. That's interesting. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands, the Chariot, the 2 of Wands. Okay, the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Wands. All right, the Wheel of the Year. Wow. The Tower and the Sun. Okay, that is so fascinating. Okay, it definitely looks like you guys might have some choices to make this year. We do have the 2 of Wands that would denote that. And then I think the contract with the scales balance might show two different choices or two different ways to go. So there might be some sort of choice or some sort of decision you might need to make. It might have to do with work or finances or other things like that. But I also do see the upheaval and the chaos that might be going on through your life. You might be having some drastic, quick changes. Not necessarily bad ones, by the way. The tarot card doesn't necessarily mean bad things. It just means very quick, chaotic change, very quick change. You also have the Chariot, which it's funny. This particular Chariot card is from the Modern Witch, so it's on a motorcycle. So I can, and also the Chariot can sometimes mean out of control, being out of control, not in control of things as they're going forward and as they're moving forward. And that kind of energy is also indicative in the Yod card as well, is that things just might be moving kind of forward and moving very quickly, and you're just not even sure where you're going or where it's headed because things are just moving so fast. And that's very possible to happen here with these. I do think that even with that happening part of the year, and even with there a decision to be made, and I do think that the chaotic changes and the quick changes might actually precipitate there needing to be a decision to make. And you might not know which way to go. You might not be real clear on it. But we do have some energies here that might help you with that. The Five of Pentacles is another quick change energy. Usually, they might be falling on hard times or hard fortunes. And so it's possible that some of that will happen this year, that things might get a little more difficult, a little bit more harder for you for part of the year. But I don't see it as being something that you're going to deal with all year. I see it more as early part of the year, maybe the first 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months at the most. Where you're going to be dealing with the quick changes, the quick movements, the not sure which path to take, not sure where you're going, what's going on. But what's nice about that is we do have the Four of Swords, which is kind of this meditation card. It's kind of taking a break after some quick changes, decisions, after some other things have happened. So when this chaos is happening and when all these other things are happening, first of all, know that this is all fated. This is all for your greater good. This is for your best path in this life. And for the year, it's for you to having the best path to move forward. But it will possibly cause some clouding of judgment. It will cause some confusion, some other things. And taking some time to work inward, taking some time to reflect on things and think about your path forward is really, really good here. The Wheel of the Year also can kind of denote this changes that might happen throughout the year and the turnaround of things, because the Wheel of Year basically moves through the 4 seasons. It changes from winter, spring, summer, fall, back to winter again. It moves around. And so it means different, your fate or your fortune might change, kind of, go from one thing to another and flip around. But then it might flip back again because it's going through the whole cycle. But it also denotes that things are happening the way they should. There's a time for everything, a season for everything, a time for everything to happen. And so just know that whatever you're going to be going through, whatever chaos or indecision or other things that you're just not sure of, whatever that happens to be, just know that it's fated. It's time for that to happen, because there's other things that are going to be coming out of that and helping you move forward. It is wonderful that we have the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Cups, because those are both completion cards. The tens are completion energies. They're reaching the goal, reaching what you were trying to do. And so even though you're going to have these things happening, it's very possible and probable that you're going to reach some sort of goal by the end of the year. And the Sun card is very indicative of that, and very, it shines a wonderful light on the things that you're happening. The Ten of Cups is a very happy card. It's, wish fulfillment. It's emotional happiness. It's those things. The Ten of Wands shows carrying your burdens back, but you notice how it's not something that you can't do. It's not like they're falling all over the ground or whatever. You've done the work. You've gone through what needs to be done, and you're able to take your rewards back now to your home. And those cards show that. We also have the Seven of Pentacles, which kind of shows this wonderful harvest time. You've done some work here, and now it's time to reap the benefits of that. And so these cards are kind of denoting that once you kind of go through the hard work of the year and do your meditation, make your decisions, move your life forward, that you'll be able to reap the benefits of that. You'll be able to go forward with your life and reach some goals that you've been meaning to do and get. So that's really awesome. We do have the Page of Pentacles, which is another good fortune thing, because with the Five of Pentacles, like I said, it might be showing you kind of being down on your luck financially or health-wise even, because the odd card did talk about some health issues. And there might be some health things early on that you're dealing with and is making it hard. And that might hurt you financially as well, because if you are even just remotely sick or dealing with some things, you might have to take time off work. You might, lose out financially on some things like that. But, as the year progresses and as things go on, we have the Page, which is a wonderful new renewal of energies, because the Pages are very young and youthful and bringing us cool things and messages and things. And the Page of Pentacles, he's very ambitious, and he's diligent, and he's a planner type of person. And so having the Page of Pentacles in your corner will help you work through these things and plan for your future and go ahead and move forward. And then we also have the Queen of Wands. And I really love this, because the Queens and Kings are so awesome when they show up in readings, because they're at the top of their game. They're at the pinnacle of their suit. And the Wand suit deals a lot with our creativity, our energies, our fire, our passions, what we really care about, the things, also dealing with spirit and working with those things. And by having the Queen here, it's nice because she's very determined, and she's very optimistic, and she's confident, and she's passionate about what she cares about. And so I think that that's an energy that you can definitely pull into throughout the year between the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. I think that that's energy that you can really gain from this experience that you're dealing with these sudden changes and upheavals and chaos and other things happening. I think you'll be able to move forward from that and pull in these other energies and get your fire, passion, youthful energy back again. I think it will take some downtime, as shown there. And you may not sure what path to take at first. You may be, not sure where you're going, what you're doing. But it will become more clear as time goes on, and you will be able to move forward and get your goal. And also, since it is kind of a fated destiny sort of thing, it's one of those things that even if you're not sure what path is happening, that's okay, because the universe is going to take you there anyway. You're going to go ahead and get there, even if you're not sure where you're heading or what's happening, or you're a little bit, kind of lost as to what's going on. The universe is going to take you there anyway. You're going to get there. And so that's important to know. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our charms and see if we have any other messages or energies that you might be dealing with. And then we'll also get to our oracle spheres for your yes or no type of question that you're going to ask too. But we're going to go ahead and do our charms first. Okay. Let's see what other going to give them a really good mix up here. And then we're going to whoop, let her hit the floor. See if I can pick it up here. Alrighty. It's an H. Alright, let's see. Let's do our letters first and see what. We have an F, L, H, W, another L, an M, an E, and an S. Alright, let's see if there's any words I can get out of that. Well, I got flu. I kind of like that because you're thinking of things flying and what's, I think of you guys kind of soaring here. Yeah, I can't think of any other things right off the top of my head that's coming out at me. But these letters might be important to you. They might mean initials. You might be able to spell some good words with it. If you can, put them in the description. It might help some other people out as well. But the letters are, again, F, L, E, W, H, S, L, and M. Okay, so if there's anything there that might be useful. Let's see what else we've got. Looks like we've got a couple of cards here. We have the 6 of clubs and the 8 of diamonds. Okay. That's the 8 of pentacles and the 6 of wands. And that's really good too, because I can kind of see, first of all, the 8 of pentacles is, once again, being diligent and hard at work, but also reaping the rewards of the work that you've done. And it's almost getting towards the completion as well. You're finishing up your work. You might be an apprentice to somebody. That kind of energy, but you're also being able to complete things and getting rewarded for that. And so I kind of see that. And then the Wands card, it deals with your creativity and all that again too. All right, let's see here. We've got brave. So be brave. It might take that this year. It might take some bravery, because this might be kind of a little rough way to go this year. So might be really important to kind of do that bravery thing. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay. We've got, it takes a big heart to teach little minds. I like, whenever that one shows up, I always kind of like it, because I feel like whatever lessons you're learning, whatever life is throwing at you, is always really good to pass that knowledge on to younger people, because it's not always easy to do that. It's not always easy to do that. And that might be something really important for you guys this year, because we do have some other useful energies going on here as well that I think might be useful. We'll talk about those in just a second, but I just feel like there's a lot of useful energy. So I think connecting with some youths this year, dealing with some children in some way or another. If you guys aren't teachers specifically, I think volunteering with some children might be something really good for you this year. So keep that in mind, because that might be something that you would be good doing. We also have a Friends Forever heart. So that's really important. Some of the chaos you guys might be dealing with might be with loved ones or other things like that. And just know that, you're still close, you're still together. Find joy in the journey. I love this message so much, and especially for this reading, because it's showing you guys going through a lot of chaos and some other stuff happening. And I see that as enjoy that, because you're going to learn a lot from that. You're going to learn a lot from what's happening around you. Don't just go, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. What is going on here? Actually enjoy what's happening around you. A lot of really chaotic things. First of all, some of them could be very ones that you would consider very happy things happening, by the way. Um, it doesn't have to be bad, negative things, but chaotic things sometimes can really kind of throw us for a loop. We can kind of not sure where we're heading, and we don't appreciate what's happening because it's just so much going on so quickly that we kind of feel like we're just getting swept along with the current. And because of that, we don't enjoy what's happening along the way. But do enjoy it because you're going to learn a lot from this. The owl's kind of showing that. You're going to learn a lot from this journey this year, and you're going to be able to fly and go on and get new things. We have two mermaids here, and whenever there's a double up energy, that's really cool. And I see mermaids as a transformation, coming out from the murky depths of the sea to more solid ground on land, and also wish fulfillment, getting what you wish for, and some other things like that. And that kind of goes along with the Ten of Cups cards as well. And then we also have the butterfly too, which I always kind of show as a transformation because you go from a caterpillar to a butterfly, and it's this beautiful thing that can go along and fly, very fluttery and beautiful, and it's effortless. And so I kind of feel like that's the energy you're going to be dealing with this year as well. Like I said, we did have some more children type of energies, more youthful type of things. We have, ice cream cake with cherries on top of the heart. We have a teddy bear. We have the reindeer. We also have it says forever, but it's a like Christmas ornament type of deal. And all of those things I associate with youthful things because it's Christmas and it's, candy and treats and toys and those kinds of things. And that's a wonderful magical energy. And like I said, I think connecting with children this year might be very important for some of you. So keep that in mind. I think that might be something that you might want to do. We also have the health ribbon here. And it's a hope ribbon, whenever they show up, it's also, it's always for dealing with some form of something in your life. And it's a hope driven, it's a support for whatever, cancer survivors use it. It's for veterans and other people coming back from war. Other types of things use the ribbon symbol. And to me, it always kind of symbolizes getting through whatever trial and tribulation, and coming back home or coming back to a better place and a better thing. It's being a survivor. And I kind of see that that's your energy you're going to be dealing with this year anyway. And then we also have the moon and stars. The moon deals a lot with our emotions and hidden depths and things that's unseen and kind of mysterious and mystical, and that is something you're going to be dealing with. It might be an emotional roller coaster ride this year. You are going to be dealing with some emotional things, some other stuff, or a lot of hidden things or things that you're not sure of. But also, though, what's really cool is the moon also indicates our intuition and what we know about things. And the Yog card specifically said that you do already know, you already have the inner knowing, you just have to process it and pull that out and get it. And so with you having this one charm here that indicates that is just know you do have the answer within you. It does exist. It is there. It's just maybe kind of hidden. It might be a little harder for you to process and pull up to the surface because we did have those hidden depths, with the mermaids and stuff as well. So just kind of keep that in mind too. All right, let's go ahead and do our oracle spheres. Basically, if you've thought of a yes or no type of question that you'd like an answer to, it could be about your year or something you've just been thinking of recently and you would like to, have an answer or just, that kind of thing. We have 4 different stands that you can pick from. We have stand 1, which is blue, 2 yellow, 3 green, and 4 red. And you'd be thinking about what stand you would like your answer to appear on, and then we'll get our answers. All right, the first one, blue, is a not now. So that just means the time isn't right this minute, but Maybe down the road some things will play out certain ways and it will be time, or maybe not, depending on what it is. Okay, number 2, yellow is not likely. Number 3, green is a no. And number 4, red is a yes. Okay, so 1, blue is not now. 2, yellow is not likely. 3, green is no. And 4, red is a yes. All right, guys, I really hope that you had some useful messages come out of this and some things that will help you get through the upcoming year. I really appreciate you being here and watching the video. If you get a chance, check out some other videos on the channel. We have lots of different timeless tarot readings out there on lots of different topics, and some of those might be useful to you to check out. We also have videos on how to read tarot cards, as well as videos of flip throughs of the different card decks, so that you can see what the different cards look like in the deck. We also, coming forward in the next couple of weeks, are going to start doing readings. They're going to be rune readings with numerology attached to that. So those might be something of interest for you to look forward to doing in the future. I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and hit the bell icon. That way you can be notified of future videos whenever we bring those out. And share this video and this channel with your friends, family. Put it out there on all the different social medias. Give the video a thumbs up and leave comments in the comment section. All of those things are very important to us in the channel. We are not monetized through YouTube, and we're still trying to grow, and that's the best way for us to do that. And so if you can do all of those things for us, they don't cost you anything, and it's very, very, very useful to us if you can do that, and we greatly appreciate it. So we look forward to seeing you again in the future, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Cancer Pile 2, those of you that chose the yellow stone. We're going to see what kind of energies we're going to get for the upcoming year 2021. First of all, we have the Black Moon Astrology card that we're going to go through, and I'm going to read out of the booklet for that because there's lots of different messages in there and lots of detailed stuff, and I don't want you to miss out on maybe something important. Then we're going to do our tarot cards for more clarification and maybe some more information. We also are going to do charms here in a little bit and pull some of those out as well. And then we also have our oracle spheres that we're going to be doing. So you can be thinking of a yes/no type of question that you'd like an answer to. All right, let's get started here. We've got number 49, Jupiter return benefits. Okay, let's see what is in the booklet here for that. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. And it's attributed to Seneca. A Jupiter return occurs every 12 years. This marks the time the largest and most expansive of planets returns to the original place of when you were born. Turning up the Jupiter return card indicates a period when doors are open to you and obstacles are lifted. You are given the freedom to advance your goals with absolute abandon. It suggests you will soon be entering a time where you encounter less resistance and life should flow much easier. The Jupiter return card is the green light that gives you the go-ahead. All paths are now clearing, and you are to take the utmost advantage of this. Goals or plans you started more than a decade ago will begin to bear fruit, either right now or at least very soon. Something very good is about to emerge from the debris of the past. It could be a thing you felt you lost or something you did not work out exactly as you hoped. It may even be a plan you have forgotten about that once again comes into your life to make some remarkable changes and advances. In short, the Jupiter return card implies good fortune and prosperity in many areas, not just financial or material. Dreams manifest into reality at this time. Gifts flow in easily. It is also a time to be aware of how you approach matters of your own spirituality, faith, and destiny. There is a rapidness to Jupiter, so it's important to grab a hold of anything that surfaces. So don't let go. Investigate the possibilities this might bring. It is not a good time to get carried away, though. It is always important with Jupiter to keep a clear head. Jupiter, named for the Roman god, or Jove as he is also named, is a jovial planet, open-hearted, optimistic, and flirtatious. The god Jove brings a multitude of blessings, while the planet Jupiter is the Santa Claus of the planets. The Jupiter return is like Christmas Eve. This card marks a stage when you are to receive opportunities and then rewards. This is the time many areas of your life begin to bear fruit. The only negative to this card is that it's not a good time to indulge or become reckless with anything. It can indicate too much of a good thing or of being overly confident things will work out on their own. But like the Saturn return, only hard work with perseverance will bring the payoffs. It is time to take a broader reach and to show gratitude. See the possibilities, trust in your fortune, and give thanks to the gods. Making light of a situation and realizing it's not as bad as it seems is the best approach. In fact, something will be rescued from the darkness. New experiences trigger a desire for travel and inner development. Communications with angels and higher spirits are more possible now. Higher education calls to you. Publishing your ideas or bringing them before the public are a probability. Relax, let go of control, and allow things to unfold. Be wise and pay attention. Don't take your eyes off the prize. You are in a kingly or queenly place right now. Bigger goals and plans now rule your life. It is time to put laziness aside and buckle down for some dramatic changes, mostly positive. Great fortune is ahead of you, so don't back away from it and proceed from the dream in an outward way. Love and romance take on a sweetness, a sense of freedom where you can be who you are with the addition of acceptance and generosity. You may attract many potential lovers at this time, so choose wisely or the relationship could be very short-lived. And also be careful of indulging in too much to eat or drink. So in short, love others with grace and patience. Know that generosity is its own reward. Keep the expansive energy of Jupiter flowing, but with discernment, and in answer to your question, yes, but only if you are wise in your choices. Jupiter return card in brief. Positivity, openness, seizing the moment, rising to the call, preparation for great opportunities, being a success, grand achievements, significant improvements in money matters, new love or revitalization of old romances or relationships, signposts to the future and all the possibilities it may bring, release, freedom, happiness, buoyancy, excess, sugary foods, weight gain, rescue from suffering, the ace up your sleeve, happier times, alignment with the soul's calling, drawing the finances you need as well as the wisdom to know what to do with it, a check in the mail, debts repaid. The corresponding tarot card is the Chariot, and the key ideas are earned luck, fortune, rewards, profits, and an auspicious year, the future, and aspiration. All right. Well, that sounds very exciting. That sounds very cool. All right. Let's see what other information we have here. We have Goddess of the Moon, 52. Okay. That's interesting because I see the moon, it's a lot of hidden things. It's a lot of mysterious kind of stuff, but it's also intuition, and I think your intuition might be very important right now. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say. All right, we got the Ten of Swords, the Justice card, the Magician, the Ten of Wands, oops, the Nine of Pentacles, oh my goodness, the Ten of Wands again, so that's doubled up, the Hermit, the Five of Pentacles, the Strength card, the Four of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. Okay, interesting. It's interesting. This pile is a lot of similar energies to the first pile. So if you were drawn to watch that pile, you might want to watch both of them. The energies in this one are softer, maybe a little less harsh, but they still have some of the same kinds of thoughts and patterns to it. We do have the Five of Wands and the Ten of Swords, okay? And to me, and the Five of Pentacles, yeah, I knew there was another card. Okay, these three cards here kind of show that early on in the year, you might have some sudden changes, some reversals of luck, some things that kind of happen that are unexpected. You might even feel, the weight of the world, or that um, things are just overwhelming you and chaotic a little bit. I kind of see that with these cards slightly. Not as much so as in the first pile, but still that same type of energy. And then there's also the energy of resting from that and getting new perspective. We have the Hermit card. We also have the two Ten of Wands, which um, both of these, they're kind of tending to things out on their own and then bringing back uh, that. And so that energy and the Strength card, that type of energy is like, okay, early on in the year, first few months or so, I think things might be difficult. You might be going, wow, the card said everything was supposed to go my way, and I was supposed to get all this wonderful stuff, and it might not, you might not notice it early on in the year, because things are, moving, and things are happening, and you might even be down on your luck a little bit. You might lose your job, or other things would happen, and because of that, you might go, wow, that thing was totally wrong, it was totally off. But just know that after a period of resting, meditation, getting new perspective, being out in nature a little bit more, then all of a sudden things should start doing a little bit more of the Jupiter return type of thing. I do think it's important that you maintain balance this year. And that was actually important in the first one as well. The Justice card is very much a balance-oriented card. You might get some good judgments this year if you have anything going on in court. Things should go your way favorably with that. But also, I just also see kind of the balance thing, that you guys need to balance what's going on in your life. Don't go too far one way or the other. One of the things about Jupiter, which they barely touched on in the booklet here, is that Jupiter is an expansive planet. It expands everything it's doing. So if you eat too much sweets, you could gain a ton of weight. Or if you party too much, it represents taking things to excess at times. And that would not be good for you to do any of those things. Okay, so it's very, very, very important to stay balanced this year, and I do feel like that's true with the 4s and 6s and 10s. All of those things are very balanced energies as well, because they're even numbers and they're kind of balanced numbers, and so I just feel like balance is important this year, but also kind of reaping the rewards from your hard work. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the two Ten of Wands together. We have the Six of Pentacles, which is having enough success and other things that he's able to give it out to children. We have the celebratory card here with the Four of Wands, celebrating together. So I feel like you will have some things to celebrate this year. Some things will go your way. Some of it will have to do with bringing in some things from some hard work. The Ten of Wands sometimes can show burdens or things that we've been burdened with. But for me, especially for this particular reading for you guys, with these Ten of Wands, I see it more as you guys will be able to bring in an abundance from going out and getting the things that have been offered to you, or that you've been going out and getting. We have the Nine of Pentacles. It's a harvest card. It's pulling in things. It's also kind of an intuition card as well. And I did mention earlier, I think your intuition is very important this year. I think you should follow your intuition. I think you're going to get some more messages from Spirit this year. The Magician is so great for this. He can manifest anything he wants. And you have that card, and you have the Jupiter return. So you guys can basically reap all kinds of benefits this year. You guys can pull in so many rewards, so many things. Don't lose the faith. Don't lose, because like I said, early in the year, I don't think that this is going to be the case real early on. I think you have some things to work through first, but you keep the strength up, keep that up, because just know, come back and watch the reading later after you've, to get your mojo back, watch it again in a few months or something. But I really feel like don't let yourself get knocked down, because you have the opportunity this year to pull in some just wonderful rewards for the things that you're doing. Some opportunities will come your way. Some things will happen for you that you've been wanting, or you'll be able to manifest things that you're looking for. You notice how this Nine of Pentacles, she has tomatoes and pentacles, so she has food and wealth and riches, and she has healthy things here as well. Just think about that for just a second. That basically you're going to be able to pull in things that are good for you and healthy for you, as well as monetary gains and earthly matters and things like that, and also health. I think health might be something for you guys to kind of keep in mind this year. I think you might feel kind of sick early on in the year, and that might cause some of this fortune. It's interesting how there's a lot of messages in here that are very similar to the first pile, but like I said, it was more intense in the first pile. But basically, I think you, like I said, you might be sick for part of the year early on. It might be causing you some misfortune or some problems. But it is something that can be healed. It can be taken care of. You do have the strength. You do have what it takes to do that. So just know that these earlier hardships in the year should be moving more towards a more beneficial gains as time goes on, especially if you work towards your goals, especially if you keep your eye on the prize and you work towards manifesting the things that you want in life, and don't go too far into excess on anything. Make sure that you're real careful about that this year, because Jupiter can have a tendency. For those of you who know anything about your charts, if you're very detailed into your chart at all, if Jupiter is prominent in your chart, or if a lot of things are going to be passing over your Jupiter this year, it might be even more intense for you guys. It might be even more of a danger for you guys. So that might be something to keep an eye on, because if your Jupiter is being activated a lot this year for whatever reason, like I said, if a lot of planets are hitting it, or transits or other things are happening on your Jupiter, it might cause that to happen even more. So just kind of keep that in mind if that's something that you find out about. It's pretty easy to find out that information. There's a lot of transit type of programs out there on the internet that you just plug in your birth information, and it'll let you know some of that as well. So that might be useful to you. All right, guys, let's go ahead and go on to our charms. And we might get some more messages or clarifiers or other things that might be useful to you. We're also going to be doing our Oracle Sphere here in a moment, but we're going to go ahead and do our charms first. All right, let's give this a really good mix up. Let's see what things pop out here. Okay. Well, we only have two letters. That's interesting. We have an M and an N. Those might be initials. Those might be beginnings of something that, you can think of words that pop into your head when you see those letters. Something like that. So just kind of keep that in mind. That might be some interesting things for you. We also have the Seven of Hearts, which is the Seven of Cups. That can also deal with some change. That can also deal with some things happening unexpected for us, that kind of thing. So, but it's also a manifestation card as well. A lot of the Seven of Cups are showing manifesting things in each cup, all different 7 cups. And so it's a good manifestation card as well. So it just shows that, remember, you can manifest the things that you want this year. That's kind of what's going on there. We do have 3 words, and these are very, very good for you guys for your reading this year, and very important. We've got brave and believe. So remember to be brave. You've got the strength card. Be brave. Get through the little rough chaotic times and other stuff earlier on, to be brave, get through it, believe that you can have the things that you want this year, believe that you can manifest those things, and it'll happen. So just keep that in mind, okay? And then we have Namaste, and whenever that shows up, I always think of meditation type of rituals, getting back more in touch with nature, looking inward for answers, and the Hermit card kind of indicates that as well. So I think getting some time to yourself to regenerate, rejuvenate, rework through some of the things that happen at some point would be important for you this year. So just keep that in mind as well. What is for you will not pass you. That's a very important message, because once again, you can manifest these things, and get your abundance and get your other things in this life. It's very important this year for you to be able to do that. And if it's meant for you to have it, you're going to be able to get it. So keep that message in mind as well, that you're going to be able to gain these things. We also have the circle love. So I do think that love might be something very good for you guys this year. A new love might come into your life, or you might strengthen your love ties with somebody that you already have a love relationship with. The circle denotes kind of a permanence kind of thing. So do remember what it said in the card, though, that if you have opportunities for love from lots of different people, make sure you're careful how you choose, because you don't want it not to last. You don't want it to be something fleeting, unless, well, maybe you do. And if you do, that's okay too. But if you're looking for more permanent type of love, I do think that's possible this year. So keep that in mind as well. We have the purple llama. And whenever he kind of shows up, he's very whimsical. And I just kind of see that as getting unusual things, getting things that you would think of as impossible or not likely or whatever. And for you guys, that's a really cool message. We also have the very confident kitty. You guys do need to go out and be confident this year. Show your strength. Go out there, be bold. Do the things that you need to do. Because we also have the hammer, which just kind of shows some good work that you might need to be doing this year. Because remember, to get some of the rewards that you're looking for, you might have to work for some of it. You might have to, some of it will flow to you because it's meant to, and some of it will flow to you because of the type of year it is, but it will flow to you because of the work that you've put into things. And it could be work you've done for quite a while, as a matter of fact. But that will flow to you because of that work. And then we also have a childlike bow here. It might be important for you guys to deal with some children this year. Maybe teach them some stuff, work with them some stuff, volunteer with them, do some other stuff with children. I think that might be beneficial to a few of you. So if that is something that is kind of sticking with you or kind of resonates with you, do that. We also have the dragonfly, which is another strength kind of symbol, and knowledge and wisdom and those kinds of things, because dragonflies have that kind of ancient knowledge kind of things going for them. And so I do think you will gain some extra wisdom this year, some extra knowledge, some other cool stuff. Also, dragonflies are just kind of this wonderful, beautiful, they're very fascinating. They're extremely strong for their, like the wings are very strong. They can go in different directions and do other stuff and do kind of almost the impossible. And that's kind of what I see for you guys this year, is doing the impossible or almost the impossible. All right, let's go ahead and do our oracle spheres here. Basically, if you've been thinking of a yes or no type of question, we're going to have 4 different stands here. We have 1 yellow, 2 blue, 3 red, and 4 green. So be thinking of which stand you would like your answer to appear on, and then we'll get our answers. All right, number 1, yellow. It is a probable. Number 2, blue. is a very likely. Number 3, red, is a not now, which might mean things aren't ready yet, but maybe after a few things happen or change or come forward, then maybe. Okay. Number 4, green. Is a maybe. All right, so number 1, yellow, is probable. Number 2, blue, is very likely. Number 3, red, is not now. And number 4, green, is a maybe. So there's your answers there for your oracle spheres. Guys, I really hoped you found some interesting messages in this and something that will help you get through your year this year. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, share this video and the channel with your friends and family. Put it out there on all the different social medias that are available to us. That would be great if you could leave comments in the comments section. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. All of those things help us out greatly with YouTube. And they don't cost you anything to do, subscribing or any of those things. It's all free. And we are not monetized through YouTube. And by doing these things, it helps YouTube decide to share our video with other people. So it helps the channel grow. And so we really, really, really appreciate it. Also, check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of timeless tarot readings on lots of different topics that might be of interest to you. We also have flip-throughs of the different card decks so you can see what they look like, and videos on how to read tarot cards. We're also coming forward in the near future going to start doing rune readings with numerology attached to that. So that might be something that you're interested in seeing in the future when those start coming out. All right, guys, that's all we have for you today. We look forward to seeing you in future readings, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Cancer Pile 3, those of you that chose the blue stone. Let's see what we've got going here. We have the Black Moon Astrology card, which I'm going to read first. I'm going to look in the booklet here. There's a lot of detailed stuff in the booklet, and there might be some messages there or something that's really important for you to see, so I didn't want you to miss out on that. Then we have the tarot cards that we'll be looking at for clarification and for more information. We also have charms that we're going to be looking at here in a little bit. And our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you would like an answer to. All right, so let's get started. Saturn return, age, number 50. That's interesting. Last one was Jupiter return. They always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. Andy Warhol. Saturn is the lord of karma. Shatters all illusions. It takes approximately 29 years for Saturn to orbit the sun. So the first Saturn return happens around the age of 29. It marks a period where childish things must be put away. There is no more getting ready to live your life. It is time to live it and be responsible for your own dreams, goals, and affairs. If you hold on to things which no basis in reality, your suffering will grow and depression may follow. You cannot escape this truth-seeking energy. You must face it. The second Saturn return occurs around age 60, when you become aware of your own mortality. You may become keenly aware that you may not have enough time left to achieve your goals. Often there is a paring way of what is not essential. But for those who have not acted wisely, this will be a difficult transition. When this card is drawn, it will feel as if nothing goes right for you, and you may feel very discouraged. Just as it seems things are progressing, there are obstacles. What this truly is Saturn showing you a part of your life that may not have been based upon anything real. It may have outlived its purpose, or perhaps you've misjudged the situation, thinking it better than it was. In truth, and Saturn is the planet of truth, Saturn returns are all about correction. Saturn corrects any area which isn't based on reality. It might be romance, business deals, educational paths, partnerships, or marriage. This card is pointing something out to you that you may not have genuine in the first place, and that should probably be let go. Whatever is shaking your life won't last, and probably isn't meant to. If this card is drawn, you will not be given a pass, and the matter in question will not progress as easily as you might want it to. But more positively, this marks a time when things are solidified. Whatever you accomplish currently will have permanence to it. You will have worked hard, and your hard work will pay off, gradually showing more successful over time. You may feel a sense of time running out. If any partnership is now being formed, that lover or partner may be older or in better standing than you. Pessimism may figure in, and you may be compelled to give up on something you believe in dearly. Saturn is the planet of time and signifies hair turning gray or skeletal or bones problems. Dental problems are common with this transit. Saturn returns tend to bring on rough passages, but also a harvest. You are now at a time when you understand things better than you did even a year ago. It is time to be brave and face this important passage. There are no quick fixes when this card turns up. Know what you can and cannot do. Take life in a measured way, much like this planet of time already does. Let go of your illusions, for they do not serve you. You are down to the brass tacks now. Time to see what you are made of. The Saturn return card in brief: weight, earth, the physical world, the feeling of life's immensity, life's harshness, moving past hardships, another chance, paying your dues, what lives beyond the dream, ambition, late December and January, doing things in a measured way or at the right time, building a foundation, being steady, responsibility, waiting it out, bleakness, aging and dealing with the aged, nursing homes, sickness, endings, fortitude, endurance, releasing what does not work, feeling pressed for time, feeling stuck, being boxed in, frustration, father and older males, deserved success, the colors brown, black, and gray, what endures, facing the truth, a time to get real, a reality check, stripping things bare, clearing the past karma, faded relationships, and emotional coldness. Corresponding tarot card is the Judgment card. The key ideas are difficulties, paying your dues, moving to the next level, putting the past behind you, and correction. That is very interesting because all three Cancer piles today showed some sort of difficulties and growth, but also reaping rewards from hard work and the knowledge that's gained from these things. So that's interesting that they all had that kind of energy to them in different ways. Let's see what else we have here. We have number 20, Envy. Okay, I'm going to let that card stand for just a minute, and I'm going to see if there's some other stuff that might come forward with that. But what I do see with the Saturn return card and the Envy here together is envy is a type of emotion that doesn't do us much good because it doesn't propel us forward. It just, if we're envious of something that somebody has that we don't, it doesn't give it to us. It doesn't help us achieve it. And so, and honestly, a lot of times the people are envious when they don't realize that they can get it themselves. And so what I get from this is it's time to let any kind of envy that you might have go. It's not serving you well. And it's time to go get the things that you want and that you need and not be envious of what others have or what they can do. I think that's kind of important because we all have so many things beneficial for us. We have so many gifts that we have coming into the world and that we can give the world. And I think a lot of us pay attention to what other people do and have so much that we forget to focus on what we have and what we can do. We just look at other people and go, well, they can do this or they have that, or, you know, instead of seeing what we have and what we can get. And so I think that's a really important thing for you to learn right now and a really important thing for you to do this year. Okay, what else do we have here? We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Judgment card. That's interesting. The Ace of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Justice card again, double. So we have Justice and Judgment. The Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Wands. Wow, got that twice. And then the Queen of Cups. Okay, wow. And this is very intriguing to me that all three of the readings for Cancer today had some similar messages and lessons, but slightly tweaked, slightly different from each other, slightly different intensities, but similar in a lot of ways. And I find that very intriguing. But specifically for this pile, I feel like it's time for you guys to let go old worries, old problems, things that you've let get to you over time. With the Saturn return, it is time to let go of old patterns, old thoughts, old things that don't really serve you very well. And I think the Nine of Swords is very much of an energy of things that we are worried about that maybe we shouldn't be, or that we can't do much about, or ideas behind, I'm trying to think, it's almost stuff of nightmares, but basically there are things that you've been worrying about that probably don't deserve that kind of thought and patterns. They're not worth your time to spend that much time worrying on them. Okay? If that's very helpful or not. But also, for you guys specifically, first of all, I kind of see some hard work and some steadfastness going here. We have the Three of Pentacles, which is kind of showing hard work, being an apprentice, creative type of minds, creating something good. But then we also have the Eight of Pentacles, which also shows hard work and diligence. And I think that that might be really important for you at this time, is to kind of just hunker down into work. But also, with these two cards specifically, I see some creativity going on here. And we do have two Aces of Wands, which are very much creativity energies, and they're also starting of new things. So I'm thinking that you guys starting new creative projects this year might be something really, really, really good for you. You have the opportunity with the Ace of Swords of cutting through all the bullcrap, cutting through the things that don't serve you well, cutting things out of your life that are not necessary anymore, the worries. Maybe you guys have a creative energy, creative thoughts, creative energy, things that you would like to do, and maybe you've not ever pursued that because you were worried about what people would say or what people would do or how well it'd be perceived. And I think if you actually go and work on those things now and start, new creative projects and new ideas, if that's something that you've really wanted to do, I think now might be the time to do that. I think that might be very important. I do kind of see a little bit of a rocky start. Not in the same way as the other two piles, though. I don't think it'll last nearly as long, and I think most of it would have to do with your emotions and your thoughts more than anything really hitting you hard. I think you need to flow with where your intuition is taking you and where you would like to go. I think you need to flow with that and not resist it. And work hard towards your goals, because I think you can obtain them. We do have the Ten of Pentacles, and that, that's happy family, that's, gaining things that you would like. And I think that with all the Pentacles here, I think hard work could show some real gains for you this year. We do have the Justice card and the Judgment card. And that's interesting. If you guys have any legal things going on this year, um, whatever the outcome is, whatever comes forward with legal matters, if you have anything going on legally this year at all, whatever happens with that, know it's for the greater good. If it doesn't go your way, it's because it wasn't meant to, and you're actually going to be worked out better because of it. If it does go your way, know it was fated to do so, and that was a good thing. But also, with the Judgment and the Justice card, um, I see it's very important for you guys to have balance in your life. The Hierophant kind of shows that too, because they have the two and they're able to make the wise decisions. I think you guys need to get some balance into your life. I think you need to bring some balance to things. Um, I get the feeling that you've been a little bit out of balance. Quite a bit, or things in your life have been thrown off balance lately. And the Judgment card is kind of a very much, hey, whatever you've done, whatever's going on, how you've lived your life up to this point, it's going to show you how well that's working out for you. Okay, so with that and the Saturn Returns card, I kind of really feel like it's time to take a restock and assessment of how you've done things so far. Have a good objective look on it, which the Queen of Cups is very good for. She's very much a healer. She gives a lot of support. She's a good counselor. She's got a lot of warmth and compassion. And I think, don't be hard on yourself, first of all. There's no need for that. That's not going to help you at all. That's back to the Nine of Swords energy. But do take stock of your life up to this point. Do take stock of what's gone on, what's serving you well, what isn't serving you well, what would be good for you. I think a creative outlet is very important for you guys. That came through really strongly here, and so, I feel like I need to say it again. I think family is very important to you, and I think if you pursue the kinds of things in your life that make you happy, it will translate into a happy family. Because if we are not doing the kinds of things that make us happy, if we're going through and just going through the motions of life, or doing the things that we feel like we have to do, or any of those kinds of things, if we're doing those things and we're not happy because of it, because we're just doing things that do not make us happy, then it's hard for that happiness to translate into other areas of our life. Okay? It's interesting how this Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, they're both kind of alone. They're working diligently on their creative projects. They're in their own thoughts, their own head. And I feel like it's very important for you to kind of do that this year. Kind of look inward. Look inward to pull forward from yourself your emotional happiness. The Queen of Cups kind of shows, well, along with the Ten of Pentacles, that emotional happiness can be reached. Okay, it's a goal that I think would be useful for you to have this year, but it's also something that can be reached. You do have the Knight of Swords, and he is, very assertive. He's daring. He's ambitious. He's focused. And he's ready to go out there and fight the battles for you. He's ready to go out there and, get what you would like out of life. And so by having him, I think that if you're willing to focus your attentions on things that you care about, things that you're passionate about, like I said, creative ideas, for sure, those kinds of things I think could be really good for you this year. And if this resonates with you at all, because I feel like there's some of you this may not be resonating with, I'm kind of just getting that feeling right off the top of my head. If there was a different pile that you felt more drawn to, they are more direct messages. They are slightly different from this one. This one just shows some problems in some areas that you need to work on, but it is more focused on getting inward healing and inward peace and that kind of thing. The others have that involved in it, but not as much as this one. So if this is not resonating with you, I would check out one of the other piles, or like I said, one of the other videos, because I really feel like some of you guys are not going to resonate with this very well at all for some reason. Normally I don't say that, but in this case I'm getting that feeling, so obviously this may happen. But I do feel like for those of you that is kind of resonating, or you're kind of paying attention to it, or it's something that's kind of hitting you, I just know it's very important to let go of the old baggage, let go of your old thoughts and feelings that aren't serving you very well, and move more towards, you have the Ace of Swords. It's able to cut through all of that and be able to charge forward. We have the Knight of Swords, which is able to go out and fight that battle for you. And then we have the New Beginnings with the Ace of Wands cards, and that's doubled up, so that energy is a lot stronger, and something that you can do. So there might be some hard, rough lessons this year. There might be some things that kind of knock you back a little bit, especially if you're not moving towards your goals and destinations, or you're letting things dictate your life that maybe it's not a good thing to do anymore. The envy card kind of comes to mind, and it's not even just envy, it's any of those types of emotions, anger, envy, aggression, jealousy, any of those types of emotions that they don't really propel us forward. They don't help us reach our goals. They kind of hold us back. So they keep us from moving forward and going on and doing that kind of thing. So I would just like to caution you to let go of those kinds of things, and also let go of worries and fears, because those things don't propel us forward either. Sitting and brooding about things that we can't change, sitting and wishing things were different, worrying about outcomes of things that we can't really do much about, that it's going to play out the way it's going to play out, that doesn't help us at all. And I really feel like that is something you all need to work on. That's something that will help you out a lot this year and will help you move forward. Let's go ahead and do our charms. And we're also going to do our oracle spheres here, so you can be thinking of your yes or no type of question, and we'll get answers to that in just a minute. But we're going to go ahead and pick our charms first. And there might be some other extra messages here, or there might be some clarification of stuff that was brought up earlier. Oh my, a lot came out. Okay. All right. First of all, let's look at our letters. There might be some good stuff here. We have a T, A, Y, E, H, E, R, G, B, and L. Okay. Let's see if there's any others here. Okay. I know those are real hard to see, so I'm going to go through them again. No words are specifically running out to me really quickly, but they might to you. They might mean something to you, or you might be able to come up with some words that mean something to you specifically. Also, if you come up with any, you can leave them in the comment section. That way they might help somebody else out. But I'm going to go ahead and read off the letters to you again, so you can form words if you need to here. We've got T, E, E, A, Y, G, I, B, R, L. Okay? So those are the letters there, and see what else, what you guys can do with that. Now we also have some cards that came out. Let's see if we have some things there. Once again, we have the Jack of Swords, which can be either the Page or the Knight. So with the Knight of Swords doubling up, remember, you can go out and charge and get your goals this year that you want. You just have to kind of work towards that to do that. We have the Nine of Wands, so it's another Wands energy. So Wands energies do have a lot to do with our creativity and things that we're passionate about and things that we get fired up about. And so I think that that's something you really need to focus on this year, especially with the Three of Pentacles here. Okay, because we had the Three of Pentacles twice. Threes are very creative numbers. Also, Three of Pentacles in of itself is they're creating something. It's also an apprenticeship. It's also learning. I think that that's things that you need to focus on this year because, once again, that's doubled up. Okay, we also have the Nine of Spades. Once again, the Nine of Swords. Remember, let go of that energy. That's really, really, really important to do so. We have the King of Diamonds, which is the King of Pentacles, which is really good. And then the Six of Wands. So, once again, more creative energies, more stuff like that. I think that that is something that's really going to behoove you this year. I'm also seeing some intuition. It didn't show up a ton in the tarot reading itself, but it is showing up a ton here. We have the Sun and Moon, we have the Moon with the stars, and we have the Star Kitty. All of those show a lot of intuition. Also hidden depths, hidden knowledge because of the Moon and the other stuff involved there. So just know that, and the creativity involved as well. All of that is just shown here. So there's a lot of intuition involved, a lot of creativity involved, and some hidden knowledge and some hidden depths there. So that is something for you to be thinking about going forward. We also have the Wise Old Owl. You're going to learn a lot this year. And that's true for Cancers in general, it looks like, is you guys are going to be learning a ton of lessons, a ton of things, and it's going to help you move forward, which is really good. I really like that. We have some great words here. We have love, fearless, beautiful, and grace. It's important to be kind of fearless this year. That's why getting rid of the Nine of Swords energy is really, really important, because that's kind of a paralyzing energy, and you guys need to be fearless. You guys need to go out and get what you want. Use your Nine of Swords energies to help you do that. I think that that's really important. We also have beautiful and grace. I think you can be creating really beautiful things this year. Grace is wonderful because it comes, it can be creating things of grace, like I think of ballet and stuff like that. But I'm also thinking of God's grace or the universe's grace. And we also have the feather here, which is kind of a touching out or reaching out from our spirit guides or our guardian angels or people like that. And so I just know they're on your side and they're working with you, and you can tap into that this year with your wands cards and wands energies you have in this reading. You can definitely reach out to spirit this year and tap into that. And that would be very useful to you this year to do that. You also have the heart key and the love symbol. So I think you have the key to love this year. I do think that you all can find love if you don't already have it, or strengthen the love that you do have. With the Ten of Pentacles kind of showing that as well. I think you guys can get that. We also have some other interesting little things here that could be cool. We have Alice, we have a kitty cat, and we have the purple llama. We also kind of have the pouncing kitty. With these energies here, first of all, I see creative energies once again, because, you know, purple llama is very creative kind of thing. Cats are full of intuition. You know, they kind of symbolize a lot of that. And then Alice, she's you know, Alice in Wonderland itself is a very creative book, but also when you think of Alice in Wonderland, you think of going to new places, new horizons, new things. Things are being topsy-turvy, different than we expect. You know, going down the rabbit hole kind of thing. And I feel like this might be that kind of year for you. You're going to be exploring new depths and new things and new stuff than what you have in the past. And I think that that's really useful. And I do think creative energies, because we also have the musical French horn here. And that always shows creativity to me, or creating things. So I think going down that path might be very important for you guys this year. And so, like I said, if this resonates with you at all, please do that, because I think that could really behoove you a lot. All right, let's go on to our oracle spheres here and get an answer to our question. Basically, we have 4 different stands to choose from. We have the number 1 blue, number 2 yellow, number 3 green, and number 4 red. So be thinking of what you would like your answer to appear on which stand, and think of your question. Like I said, it's a yes or no type of question, not an open-ended one. And then we'll get our answers here. All right, number 1 blue is a no. Number 2 yellow is a not sure. That means that there's other things that need to be played out, maybe before an answer could be given, or that the question wasn't very clear, so it's hard to know the answer. That's possible. Number 3 green is another not sure. I think a lot of things are cloudy for you Cancers this year. A lot of things are not known to you at first. A lot of hidden depth kind of things, hence the moon energies that we're getting in a lot of the readings. Which, Cancer, the moon is, your representative thing. And so, yeah, that's just something you're going to be dealing a lot with this year, is those hidden things. And the number 4 red is maybe. All right, so we've got the blue is no, the yellow is not sure, the green is not sure, and the red is maybe. All right, guys, I hope you had some useful messages out of this reading today. Please give the video a thumbs up. Share this video and the channel with your friends and family. Put it out there on all the different social medias. And do that. Leave comments in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. All of those things that you do, they don't cost anything at all. But they help us out greatly. They increase the channel. They help the channel grow. We're still very small on YouTube. And it's a way for us to grow and get bigger and better and all that. So we really, really appreciate it. If you get a chance, you can check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of timeless tarot readings out there on lots of different topics. So some of those might interest you. We have videos on how to read tarot cards. We also have videos on flip-throughs of the different decks so you can see what those look like. Also coming up in the future, we're going to start doing rune readings along with numerology together. They're together some number readings. So those might be of interest to you going forward. So we look forward to seeing you for those. All right, guys, that's all we have for Pile 3 Cancer today. We look forward to seeing you in future videos. And may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.